All of the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven is the story of two completely different teenagers who share a common bond of tremendous, overwhelming unhappiness and grief. In this novel, they're both students who are struggling with their own personal issues. Finch is the male character, and he gets into a lot of trouble. He's an outcast in school. He's either feared or disgusted by all of his peers. Conversely, Violet is very pretty and popular, and everyone just loves her. She's successful in her classes. She never gets into trouble. However, she's secretly very miserable because her sister died a year before in a car accident, and Violet was a passenger in the car and she survived. So she's struggling with tremendous grief. Finch is struggling with his own emotional struggles and anxiety and grief and sadness and anger and frustration for a variety of reasons. It seems like it's mostly biological, though. There's the possibility that he has, you know, oppositional defiance disorder or some sort of, medical reason why he is so, his behavior seems so difficult. In the book, they both climb to the top of this bell tower in school because they're both considering suicide, and they've never really met before. They kind of know who the other person is, but they don't really have any reason to be friends or anything. And so they meet up there. They're both considering suicide, and that's where they meet. And the students see them up there and they misunderstand what they've seen, and they think that Violet is rescuing Finch from an attempted suicide because Finch always, is in the center of drama and Violet's never been one to get into trouble. So that's the assumption, and they feed right into it, Finch and Violet. Violet just wants to fade away. She's like, you're almost your typical shrinking Violet. She's so aptly named. And Finch is just always out there causing, a lot of commotion and getting attention, usually negative attention. He's also really sad because his parents divorced a year ago. His father is a really rotten guy. His mother just kind of mopes around. She doesn't really seem very involved in Finch's personal situation. She seems kind enough, but pretty absent as a parent. Now, in social studies class, the teacher wants them to the whole class has to do this project where they partner up with somebody and they explore their area. They explore where they live, their state, and they write like a little passage about the places they explore together with their partner. And it's like a project for the year. And so Finch sees an opportunity now to get to know Violet after meeting her on the bell tower. So here's a passage in the beginning of the book, page 31, where the teacher has just explained that there's this project they're going to work on. You will work in teams of 2. This will count for 35% of your final grade. I raise my hand again. Can we choose our partners? Yes, I choose Violet Markey. You may work that out with her after class. I shift in my seat so I can see her, elbow on the back of my chair. Violet Markey, I'd like to be your partner on this project. Her face turns pink as everyone looks at her. Violet says to Mr. Black, I thought if there was something else I could do, maybe a research and write a short report. Her voice is low, but she sounds a little pissed. I'm not ready to... He interrupts her. Miss Markey, the teacher says, I'm going to do you the biggest favor of your life. I'm going to say no. No? No. It is a new year. Time to get back on the camel. So teachers know that her sister has died in a car accident and she was in the car and survived. And they all give her like a pass. They always let her get away with things. She doesn't have to do papers for school. And this teacher finally says, no, you're going to do this report. And so she's stuck working with Finch. And it's a really interesting book in that I think it fairly accurately portrays high school. and the different social circles and the way people kind of navigate around those circles and among those circles. So I liked that aspect about the book. I will say I thought the first half of the book was a lot more engaging than the second half. It sort of lost my interest halfway through because the storyline shifted. I don't want to give too much away, but it went from sort of a a dramedy. It was a drama that was a comedy. There were some funny things, but it was also really sad because they both were so unhappy, to a romance. And I wasn't really interested in the romance aspect of the novel. Nonetheless, All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven is a popular choice. It's a bestseller and it was turned into a movie. And thank you, by the way, to my student who recommended it.